Hey, what's up? It's Carolina here, and 2016 is finally coming to an end, and I just wanted to make this very special recap video to share with you some of the most important moments of this year for me. This has been my best year ever. So let's start with January. In January 2016, I went on a very special trip. I went to a very special place in the very south of Chile called Tierra del Fuego. These penguins there were the king penguins, which are the second largest penguins, if I'm not mistaken, after the, emperors. So it was extra special. It was so windy, so cold, but so worth it. So we also went to Torres del Paine. I have been there a few times already. Then fast forward to February. February was a month filled with special and amazing things happening for me. The month started with me participating on Below Deck, which is a reality show from the US. How the heck did I get there? That's a story that I could tell in a different video. But long story short, I got invited there by my friend John Chow, and I got to share time not just with him, but also with Jeremy Shoemaker, aka Shoe Money, and a few other amazing entrepreneurs that I got to meet. It was quite amazing for me to be on a yacht and to be treated like almost royalty. It was quite a good feeling. Now, if you do get to watch the show, you will see that they made me look like the super ultra silly, picky person, when all I did was say, hey, I only eat fish, I don't eat meat or other seafood, and that is a personal choice that I think anybody can have, right? And so they took that and turned it into this drama between the chef of the show. It was all silly, it was all made up. All I did was say I prefer gluten-free food and it would be awesome to have alkaline water. That's it. There's nothing real about reality TV. Nevertheless, it was an awesome opportunity for me to be there and being a reality TV star is now one of my things in my LinkedIn profile. Isn't that cool? Anyway, after being on Below Deck and attended Traffic and Conversion Summit, what an amazing seminar. I got to meet Gary Vaynerchuk, and I had been following Gary for years and years, and when I saw that he was going to be one of the keynote speakers there, I immediately bought my ticket to TNC and I was there. Now the funny thing was, I really wanted to meet him. I knew it was going to be hard because over 3,000 people attend that conference. And so I started to engage with him months before. I sent him a DM on Twitter. I said, can I meet you? He said, yes, meet me at the lobby at, 4 p.m. or so. It was unbelievable. It was a great opportunity. But anyway, I got the photo with him, and that led to the interview that I did with him in March. But wait a minute, February is not over yet. So after TNC, I headed over to Miami to host my very first private mastermind. I partnered with two guys from Spain, and the three of us put together this amazing mastermind. It was a private event. We had about 6 people there, and the great thing about it was that we could really work hands-on with them. So it was an amazing experience for me. I love coaching. I love helping people with their marketing, with their business, with their lives. So having that opportunity was outstanding. And by the way, February 2017, I'm doing it again, okay? There will be info below this video for sure. Now, after the mastermind, or I should say during that mastermind while I was in Miami, I got the opportunity to visit Grant Cardone's office and meet him. I got some signed books from him, and that's also how I started to build a relationship with him, and I'll tell you more about how that is going today. After meeting Grant Cardone, I also met and interviewed Jürgen. Meeting Jürgen has also affected my life and my business tremendously. He is an internationally recognized neuromarketing expert. So if you have the opportunity to research him, go ahead and do it. If you do speak Spanish, you'll find the link to my interview with him in the description of this video if you want to check it out, but that's in Spanish. Now let's get to March. March 2016, because I had met Gary Vaynerchuk and because he was launching his new book that month, I started to hustle and I said, what if I could interview him? It would be amazing for my branding, amazing for me as a person. And so I started to email him and I said, what can I do in order to interview you. I know you have a new book coming out. How can I help you? And so I came up with a proposal for him, and I said, look, I'll give away 75 books of yours, your new book. I'll give them away to people. Would that get me a 10-minute interview with you? He said, let's do it. And at the end of March 2016, I did my interview with him. It was amazing. And again, you'll find the link to the full interview in the description of this video. And he was so nice, so humble, so kind to me. And even till this day, I still keep communicating with him. He recognizes me, he knows who I am, and that for me is unbelievable. Now, another important thing that happened in March was that I had my first coaching client that actually flew to Chile to work with me. We worked for 2.5 days, 3 days actually, and I gave her a lot of value. I got so much value from the experience as well. We shot videos, I showed her around my city. It was a great experience and definitely another highlight of 2016 for me. April. Now this is more about my personal life too, but I'm a huge fan of the band Muse. Okay, so I went to about 5 Muse gigs in the UK and Ireland, and it was just amazing. While I was in the UK, again, this is more personal, but I got to meet Matthew Perry. Now I've been in love with Friends, the TV show, for years now, and Matthew Perry, Chandler, is probably my favorite one. And so I went to see his play, The End of Longing, in the UK, waited for him at the end, and got him to sign my little booklet. After that, I got to speak at the Supercharged seminar, which is put together by Mobe, a company that I have been promoting for a long time now. I love speaking on stage, I love connecting with people, teaching and sharing my story, inspiring people. I love going to events and not only participating as an attendee, but if I get to speak, it's even better. So after speaking at the Mobe event, just a few days later, I headed back home. May. And this was a very special month. I got to go for the very first time to Australia. I went to Australia because I really wanted to go to a Tony Robbins seminar. I had the opportunity to attend Date with Destiny. And Date with Destiny was simply a life-changing seminar. So many things that I learned, so many experiences, and the wonderful people that I met there, and seeing Tony up close, it was an amazing experience. We got to see koala bears, which I wanted to see for a long time, like actually see them in Australia and hold one. I don't think you can do that in many places, but I got to hold a koala, and that was lovely. Now fast forward to July, because actually June was a month that I had to sit down, sit back. So July, once again, I hopped on a plane and went to New York City. This time was to attend Affiliate Summit East. Coincidentally, Gary Vaynerchuk was once again a keynote speaker, but I was still attending anyway. So I got to meet Gary Vaynerchuk once again. I was even featured on one of his Daily V episodes, which was just awesome. And not only that, but I got to network and mastermind with million-dollar earners, people who are making not just a lot of money, but also making a difference. And that was for me, again, priceless experience, being able to network with people like that. After that, I also got to work one-on-one with a coaching client. I flew to her home. She lives in a beautiful place in New Jersey, out in the countryside. It's the situation where I can add the most value to my clients. After being in New York, I went to Iceland. Yes, Iceland of all places. But this has to do with, once again, my favorite band, Muse. A friend of mine, she's from Europe, she said, they're playing in Iceland, this would be a great opportunity for us to go there for the first time. I was like, all right, let's do it. Beautiful country, beautiful people. I would go there again anytime. After going to Iceland, I spent a few days in the UK, shot some videos in London, then went back to New York, and then from New York, I went back home to Chile. Now also in August, I got to go to the south of Chile, to a place that I really love, called Pucón. We got to climb very close to the volcano, play in the snow. I had never been there with so much snow, so it was awesome. We built a snowman. It was so much fun. Absolutely love it. And fast forward to September, I got to speak at a seminar in the south of Chile in front of entrepreneurs, local entrepreneurs, and once again, beautiful experience. Like I've been saying, I love speaking on stage at seminars and events and workshops and all of that. And another thing that was very important for me about September, you know, I told you in February I met Grant Cardone, I went to his office. Well, in September, after building a relationship with him over the last few months, which I did mainly through Snapchat, I managed to get an interview with him. So we met on Skype and I did a 40-minute interview with Grant Cardone, and you'll find the link in the description of this video if you want to watch the full interview. It was an honor to me, and he was so nice, so kind. He responded to all the questions from my audience. Basically, you just have to hustle, you have to follow them, you have to add value to them, and you might get an opportunity like that. So interviewing Grant was amazing, really amazing for me. Now fast forward to October. In October, I got to go to Las Vegas, and I also got to go to New York once again to work with a client. So I worked with my client, and then I headed to Las Vegas to speak once again at a seminar, another seminar put together by Mo. Once again, it was a great experience. I spoke in front of roughly 250 people, and I got to tell them my story, and not only tell my story, but I actually give people advice that they can take action on, that they can implement right away in their business. If we fast forward to November now, once again, I find myself invited to a seminar. This time, a seminar hosted by Techademics, a company that I really admire, by Chris Record. Founder is Chris Record. I had the pleasure of meeting him. He invited me to the event. He really wanted me to be there. All I had to do was get on a plane and just go, and they covered everything for me. It was a pleasure to be invited at his event and to meet all the people that I got to meet there as well. Once again, Las Vegas. And finally, December 2016. Now this has been a great month for me as well. Now one thing I didn't tell you yet was that back in August, my boyfriend, when we were in the south of Chile, he actually proposed to me. But I didn't make it public until December. For a couple reasons. I didn't want to make such a big deal out of it. And the other reason was he actually had a ring custom made for me. It took some time for them to deliver it, so we said, you know what, let's wait until we get the ring. So he gave it to me now in December. Another great thing that happened to me personally in December was that both of us, we went back to the south, we went back to this place that I told you I loved in the south of Chile, and we bought a farmland in front of a volcano. Well, not directly in front of the volcano, but with a beautiful view of one of my favorite volcanoes in the south of Chile. I'll keep you posted about what we'll do with it. I mean, we'll most likely build a house or something, but we also are negotiating another deal, another real estate deal, to buy another farmland in the south of Chile, but more as an investment. Something that I've gotten to learn from Grant Cardone has been exactly that, how important it is to invest your money and make it work for you, and how real estate is a great way for you to secure long-term wealth. And so I took action on what he taught me and just did it. I just invested, that's it. So now we're waiting to hear back from the owners of that second farmland. What else happened for me in December? Well, I got a bunch of new clients, new consulting clients, 4 new consulting clients to be exact. People who saw the need for mentoring and came to me. One of them actually, after just one call with me, she took action with what I told her, and she made her entire investment back plus profit. When that happens, I freak out. I get so excited when people implement what I teach them and get results. Because let's face it, you're watching this, perhaps you've been mentored by people before, you bought products and trainings and stuff, and you're still not seeing the results you want. And there are a couple of reasons why you haven't seen results. First reason could be that you didn't listen to the right mentor. Number 2 could also be in your mindset. Perhaps your mindset is still not ready for success. Perhaps you're still wired for failure. Number 3, perhaps you didn't take enough action. And I'm sorry to say this, and you will probably say you tried everything, but let's be honest with each other. Let's be honest with ourselves, really. How much action did you take? If you listen to people like Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, and all of these hustlers, you'll see what hard work really is. And sometimes we think we're working hard for our goals, for our dreams, but we're not. We're falling short. I have arrived at the end of this video finally. I know I had so much to share. If I could do all those things in just 1 year, why couldn't you? Like, there really is no reason why you couldn't make your dreams a reality. And I know, even though I've achieved all those things, I know I'm still capable of so much more. And I also know that the only thing standing between me and my wildest dreams is me. So I want you to realize that about yourself too. Every day is a new beginning. It's your choice. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought about this video. What was your favorite thing that I did this year? What would you like to do in 2017? Also, make sure that you share this video. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. So don't be afraid. It's time to get out of the comfort zone. This is Carolina Millan, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.